And we want to make this really interactive today. So yeah, drop your comments in the chat. Let us know where you're based out of, where you're joining us from, and excited to hear what you're looking to learn and take away from this session today. So excited to be here with you today. And we've got a great topic for you today. Lots of information to share and some cool demos, but let's make it interactive. So first of all, let's jump in. I want to welcome our guest speaker today, Dr. Jabril Wilson, Coach JB. He's quite the expert. You're going to hear from him in just a little bit, and so excited to have him join us and so many of his audience members. Thank you for being with us here today. All right, let's jump in. So you're in the right place if you are a business owner who wants to reduce missed calls, but you and your team are busy and can't always get to the phone. You want to be responsive and, even after hours to prospects and during your vacation. So that means you never get a break. And you may waste time calling people back for contact information or missing info. So we want to help you with those situations, and glad to have you here with us. So this event is not for you if you're happy with your current workload, you don't want more customers, you insist on answering every call yourself, even if it means missed opportunities, and you're unwilling to delegate tasks, even if AI could save you hours per week. So my promise to you is a clear roadmap to consistently book more clients with proven strategies to eliminate lost revenue from missed calls and expert insights on using AI and automation to save you time. So in return, I ask for a willingness to commit to the process, step out of your comfort zone, and honest effort and accountability. And some tips for watching this webinar. So find a quiet place if you can to avoid distractions and stay present with us here. Take notes, come with an open mind, and share your questions and your insights. We're going to have a Q&A section at the end of this event. So making that interactive will be the key to the success of this event. So during this webinar today, you're going to learn the keys to naming your AI receptionist, 3 ways to give your AI personality, selecting a voice to reflect your brand, tips to help for your AI to put callers at ease, and how to increase caller engagement. So AI-powered receptionists help you avoid missed calls, get your nights and weekends back, and enjoy vacations while growing your business. All right, so who would like to have that? Drop a 1 in the chat if you're interested in having that. All right, seeing some 1s pouring in. Great. Yes, wouldn't we like to have that? For sure. So who am I? I'm Clinton. My wife and I currently live in the Dallas-Fort Worth area with our 2 youngest children, and our kids enjoy sports and outdoor activities of all kind. So why listen to me? Well, I've got an MBA and a computer science degree. I've been in this space of voice AI for over 9 years now and helping enterprise clients leverage it. And I'm excited to empower you and your business with AI as well. So let's rewind where it all started. In 2016, I helped AWS launch 2 AI services, Amazon Polly and Amazon Recognition. So if you flash back to 2016, these AI services were brand new. Text-to-speech and image recognition were the hot new thing, and AI voice assistants had just arrived on the scene and were catching a lot of attention. And in 2016, I built my first voice-enabled app, and it's still in the Alexa marketplace. You can still find it up there today. And it was a lot of fun. We had a great time building this with one of my children, learning all about voice AI and how to make interactive, voice-based games. But those were the early days, and voice-enabled apps required a lot of patience and often confused customers, like this review back in October of 2016. So what's the timeline of AI receptionists? Where have we been? Where are we and where are we going? Well, this began in the 40s with the field of natural language processing. And in the 60s, we introduced machine learning algorithms for language processing. Then in the 90s, there were advancements in speech recognition. And you may have heard of companies like Dragon, Nuance, and IBM who had offerings in this space. And in the 2010s, cloud computing arrived and machine learning to help enable voice assistants like Siri, Alexa, Google Assistant, And then in the 2020s, now AI-powered receptionists have emerged to handle customer interactions and automate tasks for you. And in the future, I think we're going to see increasingly sophisticated AI receptionists who are capable of handling all kinds of complex client interactions and providing personalized experiences. So the benefits with today's AI receptionists are natural sounding voices, they're fast and responsive, and they collect prospect details and help you automate your workflows. Oh, thanks, Shrest, for the comment. Yes. So I've been in this space. I've seen a lot of change, but it has really reached a tipping point. And what's really important now for businesses is what this means is no more missed calls, no interruptions during your dinners or vacations, and no wasted time calling leads back to get basic info that you forgot to collect. So let's talk today about keys to naming your AI receptionist. So why do we do this? Well, first of all, to reflect your brand identity. Oh, thanks, Coach JB. I appreciate that comment in the chat. Yeah, so we want to make sure to reflect your business's tone and industry. So you may have a professional and trustworthy tone that you want to convey. For example, law firms or medical practices. And you may also want to do something that's more friendly and approachable, like home services and real estate. Or you may have a more tech-focused business, so you want to be tech savvy and modern. And this is true for AI first companies and startups in many cases. So that name says a lot about your brand. So you also want to think about keeping it simple and easy to remember. So like a 1 or 2 syllable name works really well to just keep it easy to recall. And you want to make the conversations sound natural. So your AI receptionist is going to introduce your brand on calls, and you can test it out to see how it sounds with different phrases and see if it matches your brand experience and what you want to convey. So in this example, they could say, "Hi, I'm Nova, the AI assistant at a local law firm. How can I assist you?" So consider a realistic name rather than something that sounds fake or mechanical. Choose a name that feels representative of someone who would best connect with your audience. And make sure it's distinct from these other common assistants that people have already heard of so they don't get confused with those or think that there's any connection between those services and your AI receptionist. Also, think about personalizations. So customers want to feel like they're talking with a human-like assistant, but it's important also to mention that it is AI because we don't want them to feel confused or surprised if they detect that, oh, this is not a human I'm speaking with, it's a AI receptionist. So make sure that you're upfront about that. So let's talk about 3 ways to give your AI receptionist some personality. So number one, define a clear persona. Think about, the distinct name and tone and style. Consider a name and a gender for your that feels like it would be a professional and approachable individual for your brand. Think about their personality traits. Should they be warm and friendly, professional and concise, or energetic and engaging? It just depends on who your audience is, what the mood is for that kind of interaction and the kind of the fastest way to build trust. And then think about the speaking style. Do they use formal greetings and wording, or is it more casual language? Is it just like, "Hi, this is Samantha, your virtual assistant at Elite Law Firm. How can I assist you today?" Or is there more formal wording or language that you would use for your industry? And then choose a natural and engaging voice that sounds human and not robotic. And so look for inflection, varied tempo and pitch, and these little micro pauses and intonations that just make it feel more real. And then you want to customize responses for your industry. So if you can, include industry specific terminology and questions so that your AI receptionist can respond appropriately. All right, so drop in the chat if you would. What industry are you in? Are you in home services? Are you in a law firm? Are you in real estate? Are you in fitness? Let us know. Great. Okay, Rashawn's in real estate. Nice. Yeah, it's so important to think about your industry. Okay, life insurance. Yeah, great. Okay, awesome. More in real estate. Okay, fantastic. And even within real estate, you might think about, are you in commercial? Are you in, residential? Who is your target audience? Are they, what demographic or age, background and needs do they have? To make sure that your voice, your AI receptionist voice really matches with the tone that you want to set for your brand, so they think of you first. And one of the goals is to be top of mind, be the first one that responds to their inquiry, and then, be that brand that stands out in their mind. So when they have a need, they call you. Okay, so now let's talk about AI call conversion. So this is my three-step method to get customers with AI answering your calls. And today we're going to focus a lot on the first step of this method, which starts with the letter B, and that's build. That is creating your AI receptionist. So we're going to spend some time today talking about that. And we're going to show you how we do it. So we're going to dive in and go right into the details of it. How to choose a name, a language, voice, and the personality. And why is this important? Well, first of all, it's your brand's first impression. So when they call you, and your AI receptionist picks up the phone and answers, you want to make sure you've got a voice that's clear, that's warm, inviting. It makes it comfortable for the caller to converse with you and share their needs, share their hopes, their fears, and concerns. And the benefit of that is it builds trust. So when you give your AI receptionist a real name that makes them, sound personable, the interactions are more human, and you're more likely to get the insight that you need, for your clients to help them find like the ideal home or life insurance policy, or provide the services that they need. And the benefit with this focused branding that you're doing for your AI receptionist is higher engagement rates. And that's so important because then the callers are more likely to answer questions, to ask you questions, to share their contact information with you, and ultimately to do business with you, because that's what we want. Now, why do a lot of business owners skip this step? Well, they underestimate the brand element. Business owners rush to launch AI quickly and focus on the technical setup, like the phone numbers and integrations and those kinds of things. But the brand is super important. All right, so today we're going to focus a lot on build, the first step. So selecting the right AI receptionist voice and personality has helped me to increase engagement and build my brand. So let's dive into it. All right, so let's jump into building your AI receptionist. So when you come into your account, you may see a page like this one, and then you'll want to navigate over to where the AI receptionists are listed. You can find that by going to the left-hand side down to the bottom and clicking on this settings button. This will take you to the settings for your account, and that's where you're going to find the voice AI agents, which are your AI receptionists. So we'll click there, scroll down to the voice AI agents, and we'll click on that link down there. And that will pull up a list of all of your AI receptionists. So in this demo, we're going to build your AI receptionist. And you'll see as this pulls up that I've got a list of existing AI receptionists, and we're going to create a new one. So click on this button in the upper right called Create Agent. And we're going to start the process. So first of all, when you think about creating your AI receptionist, it's important to build your brand. So think about your brand identity. What is your brand? Is it professional? Is it friendly? Is it tech savvy? So think about your industry and think about what represents your brand the best. So first of all, when you come in here to create your AI receptionist, your new AI agent, you're going to be able to choose a name. And best would be to choose a name that's just short and memorable, like one or two syllables. I'm going to choose Chloe for the name of my agent. And then you'll want to put your business name in there so that your AI receptionist will represent your business and mention the name of your business and help build your brand throughout the conversation. So now there's several ways to give your AI receptionist personality. And one of those ways is by choosing a voice. So first, choose your language. In this case, I'm going to choose English, but just be aware you can choose other languages as well so that your AI receptionist can speak to prospects globally or people who speak English as a second language. Okay, so now it's going to say, are you going to switch the language? Yes. Switching to English. And now I can choose voices that go along with that language choice. So you can see I have quite a few different voice options here. And what's nice is you can go in and you can play these and listen to them to hear what they sound like. So let's just try a couple here. Let's try Phoebe.
The greatest part of our happiness depends on our dispositions, not our circumstances.
Okay, that sounds a little bit formal for my business. So my business, because it's technical and also energetic, it's futuristic in some ways. I'd like to have a voice that is enthusiastic and energetic. So let's try this one, Jennifer.
The eye sees only what the mind is prepared to comprehend.
Okay, that would be a good one for a very professional setting, maybe a different industry. Let's try Sally.
The world is round, and the place which may seem like the end may also be the beginning.
All right, again, this is an improvement, but maybe doesn't represent my brand as I really want that to be. Okay, here's one, Bria. It's young and soft.
If one is lucky, a solitary fantasy can totally transform 1 million realities.
Okay, that works better. Let's try some other ones though. Okay, here's a UK voice.
Just trust yourself, then you will know how to live.
Love that tone, but I think it would be better for another business. I still like the Bria voice better. So you can go through this process and choose the voice that makes sense for you and for your brand. So I'm going to choose Bria for now. Then you want to set the time zone because again, you want to give your AI receptionist personality. So are they, formal? Are they casual? Are they energetic? Are they calm? And then think about making them professional and approachable. And one way that you can do that is, through the voice, the language, but also through their time zone to make sure that when they're talking about times of day, that it's, aligned with your audience. And then we'll choose inbound call, since that's currently the only option, but we'll soon be able to do outbound calls as well. So excited about that. And then let's talk a little bit more about the speaking style. So the greeting is a huge opportunity for you to make a first impression and to deliver and convey your brand. So in this case, it starts off with, hey. So that's a question. Do you want your AI receptionist to be really casual or do you want them to be more formal? I think I want to strike a balance. So it's not like good afternoon or, hello, sir, or ma'am, but maybe it's something like simple, like hi. But then I also want to introduce my AI receptionist. Hi, I'm Chloe, the AI assistant at MadJaw. Yeah, the whole idea of, hey, you've reached MadJaw almost sounds like a voicemail response. And I want to make sure that this sounds engaging, like we're going to have a conversation. So I want to mention the name of the AI receptionist right up front. I also want to indicate this is an assistant, and not only any assistant, it's an AI assistant, because I don't want anyone to be under the false notion that this is a human. I want to make sure they understand this is AI. And I want to also make sure that we mention the brand. So this is the company, and this gives the listener just at least a second or so to begin hearing the audio, to adjust their listening pattern to the volume level and sound that's coming in, and then they hear the name of the company. And then I want to immediately transition into a question to elicit a response. And that's really where AI receptionists can be powerful, is they can be so much more engaging than a voicemail. So to do that, I think I'm just going to remove the word today, because this conversation could go on for quite a bit of time. They may call back in and talk to the AI receptionist over multiple days or weeks, depending on the kind of relationship that we build. And ideally, it is a relationship, and they can call my assistant and feel like they can interact with the AI receptionist as they would with a human, and be able to ask pretty advanced questions. And because all of this is being transcribed and captured for the business owner to read through later, even if the AI receptionist isn't able to give an answer or response or a resolution to the question or need, at least it captures that information to give context to the business owner. And that's so valuable. And it's the thing that's missing a lot of the times today, because people just don't leave a voicemail. So again, remember, why are we doing this? Why are we spending so much time and effort on this? Well, this is your brand's first impression. And the benefit is it builds trust. So you get higher engagement rates than voicemail, and it can lead to more engagement over time, longer retention of your customers. Okay, so now I'm going to hit next, and we'll go through more of this in our future training, but to keep it simple, we're going to set up the agent goals in this step. So we've got the agent details, which is where we spent most of our focus today. Then the agent goals, I'm going to try to capture their name and their email address and any issue that they might have. Then the call summary will be added as a note to the contact, which will be very helpful. So when I look at that contact, I can see the history of their calls and notes, just a summary of that call. And then I also want to send an email notification to all the admins, or I can just specify a specific user. So for example, I can choose myself in there. Okay, so those are the agent goals. And now I'm going to click next, and I can come over and choose the phone number that I want to associate with this AI receptionist. So each AI receptionist gets their own phone number, which makes it really easy to integrate into what you're doing today, because you can either list that phone number on your website in your marketing materials, or you can have your existing phone system, route to this phone number if you don't pick up. And so the way I set it up is, this is my mobile phone number, so it goes to my mobile number first, and it rings for about 10 seconds. And if I don't pick up, then I've enabled the AI receptionist as a backup to my phone number. Now you can disable this if you want to have the AI receptionist answer immediately. And you can also set working hours for them. But for now, I'm just going to keep it simple like that. And I'm going to hit save. So now Chloe is going live, and we'll be able to start answering calls that I don't pick up within 10 seconds to my mobile phone number. She can basically pick those up and answer them, and I'll get a transcript, and we'll talk about that in the future a little bit more detail, like how we build that. But again, I just want to share that using AI Receptionist has been a big help to me in my business. So first of all, it's helped me increase engagement. So more of the phone calls coming in from my ideal prospects are communicating, interacting with the AI receptionist, giving more context to me, and also just more engagement and listening time with them. And then it's also helped me to build my brand, because Chloe represents my brand, and is able to speak in the tone and in way that I would want to. And we'll go into some more detail in the future on how to train your AI receptionist to really know your business, answer frequently asked questions, qualify your leads, and help turn those prospects who are calling in into clients so they don't go to your competitors. Anyway, thanks so much for joining me on this training, and excited for you to build your AI receptionist. All right, what did you think of that? Are you excited to train your AI receptionist and build a brand with your AI receptionist voice? If you are, drop a 2 in the chat. Nice. Good. Oh, I'm glad you're getting some value from this, and I hope you have some questions we'll discuss at the end. But if there's one thing you take away, I just want you to know that you can get more time freedom without missing out on new business. This just opens up a whole new world of possibilities for your new business because you're working hard, and your AI receptionist can help make it possible for you to get the time that you need to have good mental health, to get away once in a while, and still make sure that your prospects and clients know that they are meaningful and important to you. So this is a fantastic way to expand your business and give you more flexibility. So the big question is, how can you apply this method consistently to get customers without missed calls, interruptions during dinners or vacations, or wasted time calling leads back for basic info? Well, now we're going to pause there, hold on that thought, and we're going to hand it over to Dr. Jabril Wilson, Coach JB, who's here with us today. So I'm going to promote you to a host, Coach JB. So give me just a moment. All right, and let us know if you are able to
I can.
unmute yourself,
Can
Coach
everyone hear
JB.
me?
Hey, there he is, Coach JB.
Hey, how's it going? What do you guys think about this? Put a fire in the chat. I mean, I'm overwhelmed with excitement. Fire for sure. We can use the fire emoji if you guys have it, but I need some interactivity because the energy is everything. Thank you, Dakisha. Anybody else on fire about this? I I'm speechless. I mean, I am so excited because I don't know if anybody knows what I do. Some of you do, but let me tell you what I do. My main thing is that I help realtors, investors, and business owners make an additional 6 figures part-time without working with more buyers and sellers. And the way I've been able to do that is through digital products and coaching and consulting. All of us start, it's always somebody who's doing more than you, but there's always somebody doing less. The key is to get with the people who are doing more than you so you can help the people who are doing less. So really what I'm saying is all of you are coaches, and you coach through experience of that you've had. You don't win. You win and you also learn, but you never lose. As long as you stay in the game and don't quit, you're a winner. And another key is mentorship. So I talked about this of getting a mentor. So it's different levels of success. So I'm going to have my VA help me with this. I'm going to say what I have to say and we're going to put it in the chat. But of course, we're going to have a replay to this. So you don't have to take notes. But there's level 1. Does everybody know what level 1 in freedom of success is? What's level 1? Just take a guess. Level 1 is you. That's the sole proprietorship. That's the me, my, I, sole proprietorship. It's just you. If you're sick, there's nothing you can do. You can call out. I mean, in the past month, a lot of people have been sick. You know, people have been getting flus, colds, the measles, COVID is back. So that's level 1. So you don't want to, it's not number 1, you're just level 1. Level 2. Level 2 is it's you, and maybe you have a coach. So I would recommend you get a coach and a mentor and join a community. When you join that community, you're going to meet amazing people like Sheress. You're going to meet amazing people like Clinton. And a lot of you know me. So I had a community where I have test prep and I have real estate. And that is how, no matter how the market is, I've been able to make 6 figures repeatedly, part-time, without working with more buyers and sellers, just by having some digital products. And that's how I was able to get so many people on. You saw that, Clinton, how many people signed up. But you already know who's the tech guy on here. It's definitely not me. I bring people together. Then I allow amazing people like Sharess and Clinton do that part. So that's why I'm coming towards the end, because I've already by in. But you don't, so my point is, you don't have to know everything. If you think you have to know everything and think you have to be perfect, you're just going to stay at level 1, and you're just in your own way. Level 2, I said, was getting the coach. So that's why I have my coach on here, Sharess. She's supporting us. So you got to put some fires in the chat, because she cares so much. She could be making some more money and all of that, but she supported us. So we are officially her 2 founding members, and we're doing our thing. And we're working together, Clinton and I, to collaborate. And I just added a virtual assistant who just came on this week. Give it up for Yvonne, who just started with us. And already, I mean, she's helping me. You guys can see, because like I said, I don't know anything really about technology. She has single-handedly, within the last 48 hours, produced a lot of the stuff for me. When it was just me, you talk about anxiety. How many of you have anxiety when you want to make so much money, but you know you don't have a lot of skills? So I'm going to say this to you, and we can put in chat. Notice what you're noticing. Notice that a lot of us want to have all the control. A lot of us want to wait to be perfect. A lot of us are getting in our own way. And a lot of us have fear that it won't work. Well, I guarantee you, if it's just you, it will never work. It will never be what you want. You will never have the freedom. You will be stressed out. You will be sick, and you will only be to get to a certain level. You'll go up, you'll go down, and you'll get sick. Or somebody in your family gets sick, so you're worrying about them, so you're not even present. Who knows what I'm talking about? Put a 1 in the chat. Stop acting like we sleep. I don't need to see your face, but I know your fingers are working. I know you know what I'm talking about. It's not just me. How many have seen me on social media, then I disappeared? I'm not dead. It's just that I'm going through stuff, and I've made it all about me, where I haven't worked with the right people, so I can't keep going. That is not a business. That's not running a business. All you're doing is running around. So I had to really start back on number 1. So I'm being transparent because I want to teach you guys something. May I coach you for a moment? May I coach you? I get you. One thing that can hurt you bigger than anything is our own ego. Our ego, our emotions, and our environment. Remember those 3 things. They are killers. Ego, emotions, and environment. The ego, I mean, it'll make you think you're better than what you are, but that's because you're the big fish in a small pond. That's because you refuse to get uncomfortable to go to a higher level. And you don't trust anybody because you think you can figure it out on your own. I know people know what I'm talking about. So that was me up until now. See, you either win or you what? Learn. I had to learn, I had to humble myself. So I wanted to go to level 2. But what is the difference of hiring a coach or a mentor and you won't listen to them? You're uncoachable. So you still got to battle with the ego in the community. You're not showing up to the community. Everyone can help you out. So you got to always have that learning mentality and be coachable. That's level 2. And I hired an assistant or an admin. You got to have those 2 things, because I'm a person who doesn't like to sit down. I like to get out and meet people. But what happens if you're out meeting people? Do you have time to do the paperwork? By the time you get home, it's 10 o'clock. That's why AI voice is amazing in certain things. You're missing calls. You can only talk to one person at one time. So if I'm at a networking event, or if I'm on another call, I'm missing calls, especially. So how many of you had that fear? What if the social media worked and you started getting all of these calls and you started getting all of these leads? Is anybody worried about that? Has anybody been concerned about that? What if it really did work? Do you have anything in place to fulfill it? How much stress would that be? Especially if you're on only one level, level 1. Has anybody ever thought about the fear of success? It's called the fear of success. So you subconsciously sabotage and do not move forward and take the next step. Because what if? What if you did? A lot of us say, what if we didn't? But what if we did? Again, I don't know anything about technology, but I took the step. Sherez knows I just met her February, beginning of February, chased her down. That's what I do. I take pictures. I was able to get her number, but then it's time. She's very sweet. She's very intentional. I wanted more of her time. You think that's free? She was one of the people on the stage. I want to be on the stage like she. So she made an offer. I took it all in, but didn't know what I was doing. Because the paradigms in me say, you don't know technology. What are you going to do? She told me that either you take it or you don't. It's no big deal to me, but I'm starting my founders thing, and I wanted to be first. I want to be number one. She said, well, you can't be number one. It's this other guy on here who's really techie. He's an amazing guy. I had to put the ego aside. I said, well, can I be number two? She said, yes. And he's amazing. You guys will rock together. Hence, this is where we are with April 3rd. We both launch. Because if I didn't have Clinton and Sherez, I wouldn't have been able to do this. I wouldn't know what the heck I was doing, and I wouldn't have been able to give Yvonne some guidance who just came on Monday to work with me. So just say yes and take that step. Don't try to figure out the rest. There's no such thing as how. It's now. Remember that. I just said it's no such thing as how. It's now. Branding. He talked about branding. What have I gotten on a lot of people about? I said, and thank you, Sherez. Yes. Number 1 and 2, what you see, it's Jordan and Pippen. We switch. Sometimes he's Jordan, sometimes Pippen. Right now I'm Jordan. I got the rock. I can't miss. What is something that he talked about? Branding, your voice. I don't want to be stuck in just being a realtor because I have multiple licenses and multiple streams. I'm stuck more. I have real estate that helped me get going and mortgages and now life insurance. However, the way you make the most money is to be a coach. You learn one and you perfect that. You become the master at that. And then people will pay you for your time, your efforts. They will do joint work with you. You can split. But you have to have value. There is no other way. Think about a sports figure. Think about Stephen Curry. Think about LeBron James, Michael Jordan. You knew them first for what? Just put in the chat. Just put in the chat because they can't talk, can they, Clinton? So put in the chat. You know them for basketball. But once they did well in basketball and they got commercials, they got in movies, even if they couldn't act, they got tennis shoe endorsements. So find that one thing that people say, oh, I want to work with him, or I want to work with she. I want to work with her. Once you do that, you can get into any door you want because that's your ticket. That all goes about purpose. And I'm going to tell you, your purpose may be weird to other people, but it's your purpose. Stop trying to be like everybody else. Stop trying to fit in. Know who you are, and people will follow you. I promise you. When I was growing up, people called me weird, all of this stuff. But now, it doesn't matter. Results will trump everything and will prove the success. Results. Results, that's it. People pay for results. So that you can get them one time and get them excited, but if they don't have any results, you're gone. So you see my name right there? It says Coach JB. There are a lot of coaches out there, and I want to separate myself and brand myself. So you want to separate yourself. And I love your shirt, Sherez. Can you let them see that? You know that they got to know what's going on. None of this is possible without Coach Sassy. So don't let the smile fool you. We are in her program, and she made me launch. She made me successful because there's a pathing. When you make a decision, it takes you from one step to another. So the decision was made in February. Then she said, you guys got to launch we joined March. Then I met Clinton, still afraid, was looking for excuses. I said, I don't want to launch. I don't want to do anything. Then Clinton was so helpful. He said, I'm going to help you. You come on this call and we keep going. Yvonne, by me making that step, then Yvonne comes in. She had just left another client 2 weeks ago. I didn't even know she existed. 2 weeks ago. I wanted to cancel, but Clinton was going to do it with or without me. So I said, all right, I'm getting on this. Remember, this is going to happen, and it's happening. AI voice, all of these things are happening. You gotta get involved. And I've told a lot of you this. We have at least 4 people already on. Congratulations. I want to give a special shout out to Tyler Berry, who I've known maybe for 3 months. 3 months. He's going to be our first founder for this particular program. Those of you who've already worked with us will be grandfathered in, and we'll move you over for the special offer that we can get. So remember what I've been taught by my great coach. It's hook. You can say, you put it down there. Hook, story, offer. My hook was my presentation where I said, or you can call it elevator pitch. I help realtors, investors, and business owners make an additional 6 figures part-time. Notice I said an additional 6 figures part-time without working with more buyers and sellers. And I said I do that through digital products and coaching. All of you on here are coaches. So you better get used to your name. And that's why you don't want people, if you're doing business with you, to just call you by your first name. Because you know what that means? They're comfortable not paying you. That's all that means. Don't let them call you cousin. Don't let them call you bro, sis, uncle, because that means they're not going to pay you. That's all that means. Never reduce your price because it's going to make the work harder. And no matter what you do, it's always going to be more than you thought you had to do. You got to value yourself first and believe in yourself. And there are millions and billions of people who want to work with you. They just don't know you exist. So remember, I talked about the ego. You get in your way. I talked about what? The emotions. You get sad. You had a bad day. So now you want to quit. But the key thing is the environment. And what's that? Your network. You know the cliche, your network is your net worth, but that's true. But then the I is investing in yourself, betting on yourself. So the way I was able to make 6 figures, more than 6 figures, is I invested in myself. I had a coach, I had a mentor. Then I got the admin, transaction coordinator. I went out and did what I did best because I wasn't good at paperwork, make a lot of mistakes, and it would take me hours just for one file. So I started getting 5 to 6 transactions, but I wasn't that good at it. And I had a scarcity mindset. I had never made that much money. So I said, I want to hold on to all this money. I don't want to leverage it. Learned bad lesson. I missed a lot of transactions. I had a loaded email for leads and I could have called them back, but I was busy working on the paperwork. 3 days later, I see it. And I said, oh, I didn't have a follow-up system. With AI voice and having virtual assistants and stuff, it's going to help you and partner up with people who can do it now. Remember, there's no how, it's only what? Now. Do you want to know how do I get paid? That's a disempowering question. The quality of your question is going to get the quality of your answer and your outcome. So I don't ever say how. I just say, what do I need to do? What steps should I take? And I even asked Sherez, I said, I didn't say how do I pay? I said, what do I need to do? She said, oh, click on this link, payment link. I said, all right, you think I should do it? She said, yes. I've invested thousands of dollars. And see, I wasn't afraid of it because I've invested on a high level on myself for years. So this is easy to me. All right. Now, any takeaways, anything you got to say or any questions? Because I mean, I don't know. I think that was about 10 minutes. And I'm just excited to go to the next level. Those who want to come with us can come on. It doesn't really matter. I only have maybe 5 more slots for this first cohort, for the first founders. However, you will still come back on and you'll get a replay, but it's first come, first serve. So it's not like it has to be today. Just hope that you can get in on that first phase. Just like new home construction, which is my niche. I'm not just a realtor, I sell new home construction. You know how you have phases where it's one price, then you come back 2 months later and it's another price? Same house, same community, just cost me. So you just got to decide if you want to be one of the first or you want to go last, because AI is not going anywhere. And the quicker you get to embrace it and know it, the quicker. And I'll give you an example. I don't know if anybody knows. I used to not like YouTube. I used to not like texting. I thought texting was rude. Texting has saved me a lot, a couple of times, because I couldn't answer the phone. I didn't want to answer the phone. I'm talking about my earlier life. So I sent the text. And in terms of YouTube, that has taught me so much stuff. I mean, that you didn't have to really pay for it. It's already there, that I couldn't believe it. And I didn't even know I didn't think that the World Wide Web was a big deal. When I was in school and I'm dating myself, I used to go to the library, catalog, and all of that. This AI, it's like no other. And I even use it when I go to the store, the grocery store, to ask what's the best pricing, or if I have a certain condition, what should I eat? And I take a picture of it, and it tells me other stores to find it. They didn't even give me a video or a link. It's you guys are in the right room right now. So that's all I have to say. I say go for it. You're not alone. You're going to get so much, and I hope that because Clinton has never really heard me speak before. I hope that you learn something because you're the tech guy. I admire you. She'll find a way where there's no way. You bury her in a ditch, she's out of there in 2 seconds with a program to sell or how to do it with another founding members. This woman is amazing. And I love that you brought me in to rest and that you've taken the time to support Clinton and I. So we're very grateful for you. Thank you. That's it. Clinton.
Wow, awesome advice and insights, Coach JB. Let's give it up for Coach JB. Thanks for being here in the house with us today.
Thanks for
Rest, Yvonne, each of you. So glad to have you with us and hope you're getting lots of value from this. This is so incredible. Thank you so much for sharing with us today, Coach JB. All right, so now you've got two choices. You can waste tons of time on, trying to figure this out, spinning your wheels, doing it alone, or you can fast track your results with an AI receptionist answering your calls. And what I would like to, highlight today is that we have, as Coach JB mentioned, we've got this fast action bonus, which is a founding member discount. So now you can convert callers into clients with this AI receptionist, and you're going to have help from Coach JB or myself directly. So this is a time to jump in. All right, so let's take a look at these offers. So Coach JB's offer up there, and he's got the basic plan that you can jump in right away and a premium plan. So take a look at all of those options, and you'll see my offer on the right there. Again, limited spots available. And Coach JB, feel free to jump in, make sure that if there's any questions that we answer those. And yeah, if anyone has a question, feel free to just raise your hand. We'll unmute you. And we've got about 10 minutes here to answer questions. What would you like to know more about the service and how we're going to help you?
So real quick, those who that I invited, you get the offer for New Home University, but you still will be with my guy, Clinton. And those of you who are invited by Mad Joe, Clinton, you still get help from me. But this is how we separate it. But we're all together and we're all a team. And then we have that hierarchy, Coach Sassy, that mentors us every single week and always finds new value. So we've invested on a high level and we bring it right back to you. So you're going to have so much network. You can see on my offer, it looks a little small. Are we able to enlarge that? If Clinton, are we able to make this shot a little bigger, or this is the size it is?
Let's see if we can zoom in.
Okay. $97 a month. And you think about that. How much is it costing you to lose a transaction, even if it is real estate or even if it is a coaching program? Remember, you're going to make this AI, or we're going to also help you make this AI your brand, your image. And it works for you. What is it? Is it 9 to 5? What is it? 9 to 5? How often does it do it for you?
You can set the hours. Yeah. Are you talking about hours, Coach JB?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
you
sir.
can set the hours to be, either if you want to try to take the calls 24/7, and that's the thing I've talked with, real estate agents, home services businesses, they do that. They never go on vacation. And you can try to take those calls all the time. And if you just can't pick up for some reason, let's say you're out of signal range or you're with a client, you can just set the timeout and say after 10 seconds, send it to the voice AI, or you can pick hours of day. So yeah, what questions do you have? We're excited to hear your questions about the service. What did you learn? What did you find interesting? Just raise your hand. We'll unmute you and love to hear your questions.
Oh, I have one because if people being shy. What about just a quick demo with the voice? Remember we did that before? Do we have that?
Absolutely, yeah. Should we jump into a voice demo?
Does anybody want to hear a voice demo? Does anybody want to see? I mean, seeing is believing. Results are achieving. Let's see it real quick.
Yeah, drop a 3 in the chat if you'd like to see a demo, and we'll run a quick demo for you. Ah, I see a 3 there. Okay, good.
All we need is 1 3. Who did the 3? Oh, Yvonne.
Let's do it.
That'll be quick because we got a few more minutes.
Hi,
Okay,
I'm Riva, the AI assistant at Advanced Wave Regenerative Therapy. How can I help?
Hi, Riva. Could you tell me about the services you offer?
Sure. We offer soft wave therapy, a non-invasive treatment that uses sound waves to reduce pain and accelerate healing. It's safe, effective, and doesn't require drugs or surgery. Is there anything specific you'd like to know about it?
Yes, how long does the session take?
The sessions are pretty quick, usually taking about 15 to 20 minutes. The exact time can vary a bit depending on individual needs. Anything else you're curious about?
Where are you located?
We're located at 8376 Davis Boulevard, Suite 142, North Richland Hills, Texas. Our hours are Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays from 12 to 5 p.m. Would you like me to help with anything else?
That sounds great. Thank you.
You're welcome. If there's nothing else, thank you for considering Advanced Wave Regenerative Therapy. Have a great day.
So that's a quick example I did for a new local business owner who just launched this business, and now his clinic is starting to get all kinds of people coming in there. But one of the challenges he had is it's such a new technology. People were asking, what is it? How does it work? And things like that. So now with the AI receptionist, he can answer these questions even when he's with a patient. All right. Anyone want another demo, or what questions do you have? Pop a question in the chat, or I can show another demo.
one more demo. Why don't we do one with bilingual? So how many of you would love to expand to other countries or territories and other markets, but you would need to hire somebody that speaks another language? Why don't we give them a demo on that?
So I don't have the Spanish language demo handy, but yes,
okay.
we can definitely do Spanish,
So
Dutch,
one of them we had
Italian, French, German.
But
Yeah,
he has that, and it has multiple ones. You could see you could change it. And again, this is 24 hours. A way that I'm using AI voice and receptionist is I'm making mandatory moving forward when I hire a VA, a virtual assistant like Yvonne, that we create what you call a VA day off. And that day she's off and the AI will take over and work for her. So when she can replenish and rejuvenate. Because what I found in the past is I had 3 to 4 VAs at one time and they still were tired. So I thought giving them more money or giving more VAs, it just made it a big disaster and a mess. And then they all left almost at one time. And I had, again, no tech skills. I didn't know how they build anything. But I still had the clients expecting stuff and they had gotten used to the VAs and they didn't want to see me, but that they were asking me, I was accountable for everything. So again, I would never want that to happen again. So we would create something for her own needs and it becomes mandatory, the culture where she can take off. So she doesn't have to make up a reason to take off. It's already there. It's a requirement. Imagine, when you had a job, you got to ask for leave. You got to no, it's a requirement. She also has a requirement that she has to take breaks. She just signs in and out. There's no burnout because this stuff she's doing, she's so fascinated. She'll sit there for hours. She just loves it, but you have to take breaks. So imagine if you're in a culture like that or your AI receptionist could do that. Because you know what? I don't pay for hours. I only pay for results. So it doesn't matter to me. That's how real businesses are. It's not hourly because there's not enough hours in a day.
That's right. All right. What other questions do you have based on what you've seen? Are you thinking that this would be a good fit as you're launching your new business or preparing for new growth?
We have somebody who's already done it, started. We have a few people. So I'll have Tyler Berry. And if you could come on, Tyler, you're our first founding member. Those of you can just click on it on the chat. If you're interested, if you are not sure or you want to talk to me first to know a little bit more, all you got to do is reach out to me directly. Those of you I invited, you know how to find me. You know where I am. But Tyler, I would love for you've been seeing this come along and you've been seeing with test prep, how we were using AI to help you beat your exam. That is it's next level and next wave.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Everybody say hi to Tyler. Tyler, what's up, man? I told you that I want to do this thing. And when I say I'm going to do something, I got to do it.
Hey, guys. Oh,
Hello. How's it going?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Great. Good to see you again, Tyler.
Good to see you.
On. Is he on?
Yeah.
Tyler?
Yeah, can you not hear me?
We can't see you. Okay, go ahead.
Can you see me now?
Can you guys see him?
Yeah, I can see you, Tyler.
Okay, go ahead, Tyler. Go ahead.
What am I doing?
You're just talking. Just tell a little story. Tell what you wanted, why you did it.
So back in December, I was taking my real estate test, trying to beat it, couldn't beat it. He reached out to me through an email, went on the Zoom meeting, ended up buying the packets and stuff that he offered to help me beat my exam. And I finally beat it at the end of January, and I've been working with him ever since.
Right.
Congrats. That's awesome.
Right. Tell them how old you are, Tyler. Let people know.
I turned 21 in December, the end of December.
Future's very bright. I wish I would have learned a lot of things or listened when I was 20. So he understands about mentorship, community, and leveraging. So he's not going to have to wait 20 years to figure it out. He's on a fast track. It's never too late. But that's all we have. I mean, we're going to have other trainings, other opportunities. And no one else has any questions? Because Russ, thank you for your time. Clinton, thanks for allowing me to be a co-speaker, but we'll be back.
Thank you so much, Coach JB. That's right. We'll be hosting another event May 1st. So first Thursday of each month is the cadence for these webinars. And we'll put this up on demand on madjaw.com. So you can watch it on demand. And then, of course, we're excited to have you come on and share your success as you grow your own agencies and businesses.
One person has something to say, to Keisha, who's just like me, not technology, but she's one of the people who's also subscribed. To Keisha, you want to say something real quickly? Because we'll honor everybody's time.
I think this was very good, very informative, and really what stood out to me. And as I mentioned before, I made a comment, is that of course we're thinking about how we can grow our business, what we can do to continue to, build wealth, help people at the same time, and really serve our purpose. And as you asked the question, Coach JB, will we be able to handle the influx of people that we really are desiring, the clients to serve, the people to serve, and that kind
At this time, please dismiss all students.
You see? So I'll just finish for her. She's at another operation, and see, that's what happens when you don't have AI assistant. That's as real as it gets. Because you can't leverage. But bottom line is, I've made my point, but that was a true example of when, suppose she had a client and she needed to talk to them, and then that happened. So enough said. You guys know how to find me. You know how to find Clinton, and we'll see you next time. Everyone have a wonderful day.
Thanks, everyone. Really appreciate you joining us, Coach JB, and everyone on the call here today. Thank you.
All right. Peace.
See you soon.
See you later.